Welcome back to the channel, everybody. The audio got completely destroyed on this opening clip, so I'm just gonna simple voiceover. Let's get to it. Bringing the 04 into the shop. I've had this truck the longest out of the fleet, and it is a factory NV5600 truck. And when I got it, bone stock, one owner, high mileage, nothing wrong with it, mint truck. But ever since then, I've obviously added a little bit of power to it. I had an edge tuner on it. It was an iffy tuner. But I decided, maybe before I start blaming injectors on this tuner not being that good, let's try putting a different tune on it. And maybe, since we've been having trust issues with the clutch, let's go ahead and put a new clutch in it. Made a deal with some random shop on eBay. Sent me a Smarty Senior and a South Bend dual disc. And the whole point of all this exercise is to state that this South Bend clutch just made this truck just drive and shift absolutely terrible, even to the fact that I thought it might have been the transmission. So I ordered a brand new rebuilt brand new. Anyway, another NV5600. I kept the core, ended up putting that in Grandma's truck, and it shifts completely fine in Grandma's, but in this one, yep, who knows? The new trans, not any better, still terrible. So we are at the stage of, we got a clutch that I don't like and a stick shift NV5600 I've never really liked. Wanted this truck to have a G56 from the start, so we're going to go ahead and put a G56 in this truck. Now we're going to give this South Bend dual disc one last chance, and maybe it will, with a little persuasion with a file so that the splines will slide a little better on the input shaft, maybe this truck will have a nice smooth shift again. But either way, the G56 is something I've always wanted to put in this truck, and we're finally going to do it. So enjoy the video. What, is that a shadow or I got a unibrow?
There we go. Don't look at it.
I don't know.
It's 2:04 right now. Let's see how long it takes me to pull this out. On second gen, I get them out by myself in about 40 minutes. But since it's an NV5600, I better pace myself just a little bit because these things weigh about 6,000 tons. Cast iron, raw, Detroit, power, I don't know. I honestly, they're heavy as they get. Did actually drop this one on my thumb once. I thought I lost my thumb. So let's see if I can get this out of here by 3 at the latest. And then we got to go through and put the other trans in. Swap tires. We got stuff. little bit out of breath. after pulling that sucker out of there. I think that weighs about half. Folks argue aluminum ain't tough. Go look at the 08, how much it's done. Knock on wood. Wherever, there's some wood right here. That this one does good too. That's a heavy mofo right here. I never wanted to talk about the company that this trans is, that rebuilt it. It's Allstate Gear out of Texas. They got a bunch of ads on eBay and such. They seemed to be willing to. I bought this and a 4500 from them. 4500 was literally brand new, and this one about a package kind of deal, saved on shipping basically. And both of them, the 4500 feels super sloppy, and this thing feels sloppy too. Put it this way, the 4500, when you put it in fourth gear, it feels like you're in neutral. It's supposed to be brand new, whatever that's about. I had owned plenty of 4500s in my life, and it was rubbish. But then this one, let's see, what gear would it pop out? Fifth gear? It would fall out of fifth gear, like if you just touched it a little bit. I've probably put 10,000 miles on this trans. Not even much at all. It's not like it's the worst trans ever, but they were, point being is I was trying to say, I was working with them. They worked with me on the double trans, but as soon as I got them both installed, they didn't want to answer the phone when I told them, hey, this trans isn't really feeling the greatest. But as far as 5600s go, it works pretty nice. My other option was trying to find one of these that was a core and send it to Lone Star Gear up in Washington. Get them to it. I had a buddy local, he's got one. And apparently them boys make a badass trans. But let's go ahead and somehow get this thing off of there without killing ourselves, because it needs to get back on there later on, so we need to block it up. And you have to bring a cherry picker or tractor in here to deal with that. Front drive shaft, normally hanging on the bracket for the crossover, fell off. Squished my new light, but it's still going. Anyway, we're right at an hour. I didn't think I was going to make it there for a little bit, because I got hung up on some of my younger ways. You know, can't find 5/16 screw to put back in it. Let's put a Phillips head. And then that and change falling down in some of the holes. Pain in the butt. About 2.5 inches right there. This one could be. I don't think you can, no, you couldn't collapse 5600 front drive to make it, so I'm glad he had that one. So we had a little bit of an accident right here. Okay, we know someone's here. This is AMSOIL MTL, not cheap stuff, and it only had, I don't know, probably less mileage, probably 5,000 miles on it at best. And I was trying to get it off the trans jack and it tipped over. Trusty Mick $2 one failed. And it actually didn't fail in the bad spot. It failed in a good spot. So this thing's ready to get in there. Now, yeah, I did use the old clutch. I did not take out my old pilot bearing, any of that stuff, because it's got low miles on it. We're hoping that this South Bend dual disc, I filed down inside of the splines just a little bit with a little tiny file. That's what I did on the Velar. And that helped out quite a bit. But I believe any of this junk right here that's down in the bottom, you see a little bit, people might say, oh, that's your rear main, but it's got a brand new rear main in it, and it looks like it's holding up pretty good. But I think that was from the input shaft on the 5600. So we're gonna lift the truck back up another mile so I can get that trans underneath here and try stabbing it real quick right before dinner. Well, she stabbed in. That's a big weight lifted off the shoulders. Finally got a G56 in the old girl. Just gotta get the exhaust, oh, spring arm. Get the exhaust bracket on that one. Move it into position. Then about, I don't know, 30 other bolts and this thing will be done. Right? Nice, simple.
Stabbed pretty quick.
Probably within 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say 5.
Which is awesome compared to my old records. Which 45 minutes. Come back the next day sometimes.
Well, I kind of felt bad after saying sometimes they go right in, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. That says something about your girl. Hot cross member installed. Hey, get over there. I gotta tighten the bolts, but it's easier to do that when it's seated. Boom. Got my kindling out of there. Oh, G56. Yeah, boy. Gotta put my bracket back on for that, though. 5-inch exhaust. Didn't leave a lot of room, you know, for activities. She sounds nice, though. You gotta have the muffler, though. If you don't have the muffler, it sounds like just... Some people confuse it for a Toyota with no muffler. One of these things, no muffler, 5-inch. Man. What are we hung up on? Breaker bar. Moment of truth right here. Clutch is in, transmission's in, transfer case is in. Our heat insulation thing started to fall down, but we kind of remedied that. Exhaust is back hung, exhaust bracket. Now let's see if this big dog fits. This is the moment of truth right here. Woo. So funny, I've been holding on to this drive shaft for several years now. I never once would have expected to use it on this truck. She fits. Go get my bolts mounted up on there. Looks like I'm gonna have to take this. Oh yeah, she's almost touching the carrier bearing bracket. I'm gonna take that sucker off there. So I'll go ahead and do that. I need to find the 4-wheel drive linkage for this trans because the other one does not have enough adjustment in it. It's only got about 1 inch, and I need almost 3. Pretty sure it came with it. I think it's outside. Pushing 9 o'clock now. Just went inside. Had dinner with family, you know. Is my muffler cracked? It is. MBRP, you son of a gun. That's the second one of these that I've had cracked too. The brackets didn't line up. I had to retro. She's loose. Where's the gun? Oh, here we go. 15 maybe? She's tight again. Okay. Go ahead and drain this ATF. I mean Royal Purple. Looks like it pushed a little bit of water out. So that might have been a good call to flush this. If you don't remember, this trans did have a little bit of water in it because it was left outside, which is very unfortunate, but push a little bit. Oh, damn. Hey, stop making a mess. Dang, I'm good at that. Second expensive oil I've spilt today. Take the high road. Just dumped my 7 quarts in. Lubed up this bad boy since I ran it through the parts cleaner and then, you know, bathed it. And what do you call that stuff you clean your brakes with? Anyway, we'll put this on now. Wrong way. Look how nice that thing looks. Brand new boot. Everything's all nice and clean. Except for my hand. Oh, watch out, camera. Got a 12.38 or something special. I don't know what that is, but fit in there for that bad boy. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the vacuum because it's filthy in here. What in the world? Hope I got the right thread pitch for this one. Just laying in. Oh yeah, Shifto Extendo, cuz. Yeah, boy. 3-inch extension for your shifter. Makes all the difference. For pleasure. That nice shifter. About a 12, 14-inch crescent. I had to do a little bit of splicing. But we have backup lights to the shifter like you should. And clicker in 4. That one hooks up Turns out on NV5600, got your backup. Yep, that one's super generic, super simple. And if you paid close attention to it, super generic, super simple. It is literally the same exact trigger switch. But on the G56, if I said that right, if I didn't say it right, NV5600, G56, it has actual different sensors, so I had to, luckily the guy gave me the wiring harness for it. But you see here, where's she at? That's the one that was for both of them on the other one, and I cut off the G56 one. Put it on there, heat shrinked and everything. So front drive line, and we just need the two freaking nuts. But I have all these standard American SAE, and I don't have any metric, which is, I had one M8 something down there. They're gone. I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky and find a set tonight. I just want to I want to see how it shifts. That's what I want to do. Throw all my bins up there, and turns out that right there is the same nut bolt combo whatever as the tach sensor. 1 second, Jen. 12 valve. One of them goes on real nice, the other one, yeah. But we are in business. Found 2 bolts. Wait, 2 nuts. It's late. I did have half a Mountain Dew. We're getting somewhere. Trans oil's in. Shifter's mounted. Let's see how she feels. We got all our gears. Sweet. Ah! Need to mount that bad boy back on there. Need to chop the head off my old shifter. Son of a gun. Exhaust brake go. Alright. It is officially late 30, but we are at the level of wrapped up. Oh. Did a little bit of moving here in the shop, but it might be morning time, and I need to leave in just a few hours, so I need to go get a little bit of shut-eye. I would just go ahead and drive the old girl right on out of here. Everything feels pretty good. The trans, knock on wood, feels pretty nice. That little bit of messing around I did with the clutch, trying to file that down, seemed to hopefully help. We'll see how it acts long term. But besides it being late, I need to go ahead and put the new tires on this thing. I'm not going to do that tonight because I just do not have enough time. These were quite simply just rollers. They came with the dually swap, so I bought the whole video on it. Bought a Mega Cab short bed with the flares, dually rear end for a 2-wheel drive, so I'd re-shim it. So I got the actual dually back there, and it came with the front spacers and these stock 17s. I threw them on there so that I could have something to drive and move the truck around after I got rid of the 19.5s. Good deal on the 19.5s, and ended up trading the tires and wheels for the blue truck with 5-speed swap and everything in that red truck that you guys will see this thing all unfold with. But we need to put those tires on. We need to put that new seat in here. I don't know if I'll ever do it or not, but I have the 67mm turbo that could go in this bad boy, a speed manifold. I bought ARP head studs for this thing. I just don't know if I'll ever get around to that, because once you start going down that rabbit hole, it's no longer just a truck that you can just drive around. It becomes something that needs tunes, and a little bit more fine tuning is what I'm trying to get at. But we're going to end this video right here. I think all said and done, I did go out and mess around with a couple other things throughout the day. But the G56 swap, I mean, just luck of the draw. I had everything in-house. I did source, obviously, the seals and throwout bearing and stuff like that. But I think I was all in Oh, shoot. 7 hours, maybe. Did the full swap. Again, I did leave the clutch in there. I didn't do any engine seals or any of that mess, but man, I am very much excited to drive this truck. And if you guys are in the loop, or I don't know, I'm getting loopy right now. But this bad boy right here will be going right into that 01. Little shithead. I was trying to go up to the house. You little bastard. Pepper sprayed him for about 10 minutes. Got a bunch of babies out of there too. Look at that. Shithead. Get in my truck again. Oh, yeah. Oh, freaking cocksucker. Yep. A day or so later. Enjoying a piece of jerky. Gonna put the new tires on the truck. And hopefully snag those seats and put in there today. Waiting on UPS all day long. Still hadn't showed up.
We're good.
Are we good? I'm gonna do the smart thing and pop the lower wheel weight off before. Sam's Tire Shop changer extraordinaire. I'm getting better at it. But at the end of the day, I don't have to go talk to Joe Johnny down at the tire shop about how he busted up my hubcap. Because he was just being careless. If I do it on my own time, then that's my own time. This set of tires has no doubt been on these wheels for quite some time because they're being difficult. The outer bead is no problem, but the inner one has been fighting me. Turns out they got the tire pressure sensors in these. They're easy to break, and then you have to replace the whole unit. Done broken, so be careful now. It's all about the placement. Don't start right on it, or else you.
Don't run Boomsters over.
Callahan. Boomsters almost got run over by a car yesterday because he wasn't being smart.
Yeah, is that your ramp?
Yeah, got a rattle. Face says it all.
Dude, it feels weird, but I left the south bin in there, so the cheap bastard.
Yeah, good old throw-up bearing. G56 right there.
That's a brand new throw bearing
Yep.
too.
Fucking right.
You just get dual disc issues, that's all there is. Man, alright. I'm gonna just give this a rinse off.
Sweet. Oh. Dogs. Oh yeah, after effects.
Out on the highway. Anyway, I wanted to put my new seat in tonight. You know that low mile one I was talking about? Actually, that time crunch because John Wick's performing some
Awesomeness.
deleting on people. But anyway,
Just deleting on people.
Tabbit's here.
Oh hey.
G56 installed. If I had everything laid out a little bit better and a couple hiccups like losing those nuts for the shifter, about a 6-hour performance on this Swaparoo. Again, it did come out of the same exact truck, just a couple years newer, but everything bolted up. Glad I had that cross member from him. By the way, that cross member, I actually did need that.
That was a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I was
3-hole versus what 2 was originally in this. But so far, she's ripping. It feels like a completely different truck. Filing down the clutch sliders, whatever.
Spawns.
Yeah, it's been a long day. I'm tired. I just put those tires on it. Literally dropped it and drove here to town to go to the movie. But she shifts pretty dang nice. It'll be a little bit different getting used to this truck running the G56 versus the 5600, because 5600 is, honestly, it's a quiet trans the way it should be. The G56, they come stock with a dual mass flywheel, and that really covers up the internal gear oil rollover. But I do add the extra quart of oil like you're supposed to, you know, street rules, so that it quiets down that gear rollover. But I got the correct boot, so everything sounds nice and quiet. And I'm pretty dang happy with it. It's definitely, once you've been burned once with the transmission not being what they said it was, it's always kind of sketchy. I'm coming over, van. But she seems to be doing the job, so I'm pretty happy about it. Get these seats installed in this truck. Oh, and the B&W turnover ball, but I haven't got that yet. So anyway, let me know how John Wick is for you guys, but we're out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Say thank you to David if you made it this far in the video. Appreciate you filming the last 13 seconds of this video that took me all night the other night to deal with.
That's what best friends are for.
Watch out for mice.
Mice.
Yeah.
Catch them on fire.
Dude, son of a gun. Dude, it sounds quiet in here too.